What is going on, world? Welcome to the very first episode of our new show, Singers, Nerds, and Homies. I'm your host today, Michael Lausell, and with me are great friends of mine, starting with Benhardy,
Hello, you
Guadalupe,
guys.
aka Benji, and then a great friend of ours as well, Reginald Whigham, aka Reggie. How are we doing today, guys?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having us.
This is our first episode, man. Oh my God, it's finally here. We're finally doing it. It took a while. It took a very while to get it going, to be honest.
I
You know what
know.
I
I
mean?
remember a few months ago, maybe even more than that. You were talking about the podcast, and look at us.
Here we
We're
are.
here.
You know,
We are here.
I think the day that we really wanted to like take it seriously was when we all saw Superman, right?
Probably.
I think
we were all there,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were all there that day. Yeah, we were all just chilling after watching Superman. We got to get this show on the road. And we're here today. So starting off, since we're going off by the title, Singers, Nerds, and Homies, that's the question I wanted to do. It is a little bit deep, but let's start off with Reggie because you are very into musical theater. You're an actor. You're also a director as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. You got some talent, dude.
Thank you, thank you.
So, starting off, the way I want to go about this is what does it mean to be a singer? What does it need to be a nerd? And what does it mean to be the homie? All right, so let's start with Reggie because you have more experience in the singing aspect because you do it all. You know, acting, singing, dancing, Shakespeare, all that shit.
Yes, yes.
So let's start off with you. So what does it mean for you to be a great singer? You know what I mean? Just from your perspective.
Well, to answer that question, Michael, I think to be a great singer just means really applying yourself to and devoting yourself to because singing is comes from us. It's our voices, you know. So just devoting yourself to working from within and fine tuning, honing that craft to be able to present this like beautiful like voice that's not just like speaking or anything. You're not giving a speech, but vocalized in a song form for entertainment, for personal amusement, for having a good time with others.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
I think it's just really important to be able to rely on oneself and working on that craft.
Yeah, and then also like just out of curiosity, what are things that people don't take they don't take it seriously enough when it comes to being a great singer? Like something very underrated that people really need to get on top of.
I don't necessarily think it's underrated. I think it's something that is pretty known in the realm of singing, but to not strain yourself. We're coming up to an age in our society where we have to we're allowed to like be vocal and stuff. Like if something doesn't work for us, then like to not do it. But like obviously like before our generations, it's like pushing yourself. If that's what somebody wants from you, then you try to make that happen. So not straining your voice. When you're singing, if something is out of your range, there are things that you can do to make sure that you're not hurting yourself in the process while you're singing something, because when you're doing that, then you're hurting yourself, and then that will have irreparable damage for the future. So to just not strain, that's something that people should think about. If there's something they want to do, because nobody's going to sing like Mariah Carey, nobody's going to sing like Ariana Grande,
Chris Brown.
nobody's going to sing like,
Chris
like, um, we had a conversation with our producers regarding
Chris.
name dropping. But anyhow, just don't strain your voice.
Yeah. Also like Honey and Tea comes in clutch, right?
Honey and Tea, yes. I did a very popular Broadway show a couple years ago that I was fortunate to be a part of. And one of our leads She like Honey and Tea was her clutch to make sure that she could hit the notes.
Yeah.
And do what she needed to do to put on the best performance for the audience.
Okay.
And if you have the budget too, you could always hire a voice coach as well.
Yeah. And that's the thing I never really realized how much like singers like in a professional sense like putting out music. I'm always so surprised about how much writers they have on their team and how much vocalization coaching that they need to keep the longevity of their craft, their artistry keep going. And it's at a point where it's not that surprising anymore.
Yeah.
But back then I was like, what? You know what I mean? So yeah. And then now, for me, I could talk more into the nerd aspect of it, like what it means to be a nerd, because I'm very heavy on I'm not super heavy on like things that are like super like popular like right now, because I'm not really into anime. To be honest, like controversial opinion, it's very corny. Anime is very corny to me, to be honest. Like it's like Netflix. There's so many things there. There's too much things to watch. You just don't know where to start. You know what I mean? But that's just me though. And I'm half Asian, and that's saying something. You know what I mean? So yeah, but like I'm not really a big anime nerd, but I am a very big superhero person. Like I love superheroes. You know what I mean?
From the time I met you,
Yes.
you know a lot of Daredevil.
I know, dude. I know, dude. But yeah, but at the same time today, like being a nerd is it's a very broad statement nowadays. But back then, like
He was looked down upon.
looked down upon, but also very narrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A very because to like enjoy popular culture in a very narrow sense. But like I think now, when it comes to being a nerd now, like what it means to be one, it's just very passionate, obviously, but very engaged of what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Is probably what is a great factor as well. But a thing that a lot of nerds need to like take into account is two things, like humility and I forgot what the second one was, but it was humility and perspective. Because like I think a lot of nerds need to be humble, because there are some nerds who take it way too far.
Very prideful.
AKA some anime nerds. I'm not saying all, but some. Some anime nerds needs to chill the fuck out. They do. Some. I'm not saying all.
Yeah,
But-
sometimes they need to be humble, but at the same time, to help people that are very passionate in things,
Yeah.
aka nerds, be confident in what you know, and don't be afraid to speak out
Yeah.
and to share the information that you know, because it might be beneficial for that person.
Yeah.
You know, always take the good and not the bad. Yeah, and going back to singers, singing is like an outlet as well, you know?
Oh yeah.
When it comes to reaching out certain audiences who are experiencing the same things as singers experiencing as well. And yeah, you just need confidence.
I mean, the saddest thing in life is a waste of good talent.
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
Yeah. I've heard that a million times, and it's still good to this day. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad that we're actually able to get an opportunity to, show ourselves like how talented we are when it comes to, talking about, different perspectives and whatnot.
Another problem is society as well. There's trends going on, but at the same time, like, look at it. Don't follow it. Don't destroy yourself trying to become someone you're not.
Yeah.
And just remember who you are at the end of the day, because at the same time, at the end of the day, you know yourself. But yeah, society can really be like a big mess if you just get caught up with that.
Yeah.
And it's helped a lot of people, with businesses and whatnot. But try to just balance both.
Yeah.
And then lastly, and this is definitely something that we could all listen to. We could all say, have our own take on this one as well. What does it mean to be the homie, to be a homie?
That is the question.
That is a major question.
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare, and that is the question.
To be or not?
To be.
What is your take on being a homie?
Being a homie, being loyal to the people that have been with you. If you befriend somebody like, say, like day one of like a new school, you guys have the same classes, and then you guys find out you guys just share a few interests, and then you start bonding, hanging out together. And you guys are starting to like realize that you're growing up together. Like, not only are you guys close, but you've been there for each other through maybe negative things, maybe positive things. And so just being loyal to those that have been there for you and reciprocating that. And it's kind of like your family. You know, that's kind of where the loyalty comes in. It's like a dual aspect, because it's like what you would do for your own, people, that they would then also do for you.
Yeah. Benji?
As homies, there's a lot and different aspects of, being a homie or becoming a homie. I feel like it's just the time of a person and another person getting to know each other. It's either what, Reggie said, going through or growing up together, having the same childhood, or just meeting somebody in a matter of the first week. But as long as that connection is genuine, you can become homies just like that.
Yeah.
And the real outcome of it is how long is that gonna stay stable. You feel me? So being a homie is like, what I think is that, if they're going through some shit, you don't change for that person, or you stay the same. You don't see them as different. You don't see them as different. You see them as you met them at first. And seeing that person going through battles, ups and downs, you're still there for that person. You're always supporting, or just not even saying anything. Maybe just being a shoulder to cry on, or just being an open ear for that person. I've had some friends back in high school where they were very, I want to say in the deep end, and it's tough, and it kind of puts weight on your shoulders, because at the same time, I hate people see them going through that, because everyone had their battles, and how it's like. So at the same time, it's don't avoid them, but just be like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
So yeah. What's your take, Michael?
I mean, you guys got it pretty covered, to be honest. I don't know what else to say, but honestly, to keep it short, just acknowledging not only your weaknesses, but also your biggest strengths as well. You know what I mean? Especially with the weaknesses, like if you're fucking up, you gotta tell me. If you're fucking up, I gotta tell you. That's just simple as that. You know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, I'll leave it up to you to make the decisions because it's your own life, but I'm just telling you what's up, man. And, since we're all homies, I don't think it's very unique how we all met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the best part is that every time we see each other, it's as if we picked it off from the last time we saw each other, even though it's been a while.
It's always a vibe in general. But it's just right now, to be honest, it has been a long day. It has been a long day, let's be honest. It's been a long day. Like, normally we're more energetic, but it's been a long day.
Hey, man, today was a mission, but hey, we're here.
Continuous adventures, what can you say?
Honestly, dude, I've known Benji for a long time. Since like 2019, huh?
Yes. 2019, 2020.
We used to be co-workers. We're like brothers now. Reggie, I've known you since community college, man.
Yeah.
Same year.
Yeah.
Literally same year.
Literally.
And it's so crazy about how far, we've come as individuals, as homies, and as a singer, as a nerd, as a homie. Like, I think that's what I like about this show. What I'm excited about this show is just, getting other people in, knowing their perspectives, what it means to be a singer, what it means to be a nerd, what it means to be a homie, because, a lot of people that we know in our lives is in theater, in musical theater, we're just the homies from the block, or actual nerds as well, you know what I mean? So, and like, I'm manifesting it right now, Like I feel like we should have like really incredible guests. Like we should manifest it though.
Oh,
Yeah, manifesting.
Start manifesting.
You know what I mean? Like
Adam Sandler.
Yes.
If you're hearing us, please come on to the show. Email us.
I don't even. Does he do podcasts? Like I don't know if he does do.
I have no idea.
Okay, but so let's start it off. Like let's manifest it. Let's call it out right now. Reggie, let's start with you. If you could have any dream guest on the show, who would it be?
Dream guest on the show. Probably like a professor of mine, so that it's like not only are you like getting to know them over a length of time, but to just kind of like sit down with your professor who has been around years before you, and kind of pick their brain, being like, what were you learning? What was life like? Generations separate from ours.
I like that.
Yeah.
Professor, you chose somebody that's not a celebrity, but someone where you've known.
Yeah. Somebody that could be considered a celebrity, like in their community. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that what you see your professor as? A celebrity in your community?
Well, especially if it's somebody that's like made a name for themselves and they've been in like the papers or the media in some way, shape, or form.
Has your professor made an impact on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have him on the show.
That's when you know you're doing a good job, incredible job as a professor, when you have a major like positive impact on a student, on a bunch of students. You know what I mean? Benji, what about you?
Adam Sandler. And if not, I would love Seth Rogen to come on to the show.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, but Seth Rogen has been selling his own brand, his like ashtrays. He does a lot of like ceramics.
Oh.
I mean, I think I knew something about that, but I didn't look too deep into it.
I think he sells his own weed too.
Well, that's not surprising.
And
Same thing with me.
I'm all about that. I feel like it's really cool.
Are you caught up on the studio?
No, I am not.
Dude, I showed Reggie a few episodes of the studio. It's good.
As if I hadn't already discovered it. Bruh.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then I think for me, the fact that you named that you want to bring your professor on, I kind of want to bring in my mentor. To be honest, Colleen Witt, shout out to her for letting us use the studio to shoot our own show.
Colleen.
Yes, we really appreciate it, and thank you so much, man. If anything, we would love to have you on the show. I don't know if you're a singer, I don't know if you're a nerd, but you're definitely the homie in my heart, for real. And I just hope to have you on the show one day. And then also, like John Bernthal, like that's like my favorite actor of all time, But if I want to reach really high, either Denzel or Jay-Z. Because like Denzel, he drops some bombs of wisdom. Dude, every time
Jay-Z, yes.
Yeah.
No, but yes, every time Denzel or Jay, they drop some knowledge, you always have that reaction
that lasting impact,
when it gives you that stank face.
Literally that stank face, yeah. That's true, yeah. That's when you know like you are very impactful.
Oh yeah.
Like in people's lives, just based on that reaction.
Yeah.
Would you say Jay-Z made an impact in your life in a way where it gave you positivity, gave you you would listen to him, you're like, oh, like you learn from him?
Not 100%.
Okay.
Really, but hip hop in general, because it's been a big thing in my life. Because my dad was a DJ, grew up in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? He made a big name for himself in Korea as a DJ, and honestly, I wouldn't have any identity if it wasn't for my dad. Believe it or not, I didn't grow up listening to Jay-Z, or I actually grew up listening to Justin Timberlake. Believe it or not, but not like NSYNC Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
But when he was
solo,
when he was independent,
when he was working with with the Neptunes, with Pharrell, with Timberland, the production is what I loved. Like the instrumentals, the drums, everything. I mean, that's what, and I think, hip hop has been, it's always had a big impact in my life.
Dope. Okay.
To be honest, I'm not really a confident person in general sometimes, but whenever I listen to hip hop, it depends on what song.
Yeah.
It always gave me the confidence that I could be like who I want to be, you know what I mean. I could be somebody.
Yeah.
What about you, Reggie? Has there been a person or celebrity or whoever that made an impact on you on your everyday living situation?
Wait, in a musical sense?
In any sense. So for example, you, it was music.
And my dad. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to my dad.
Shout out Mr. Lausell.
Lausell, but yeah.
For me, a person who has made a big impact on me, honestly, probably Lady Gaga. She's just been very open and free to express herself, and she's created this character because when we're bouncing around from day to day life, it's like we are who we are, in the home. We are who we are, outside, professionally, and so on. So we carry versions of ourselves wherever we go. But Lady Gaga consistently is just be yourself. Just this one person. Because there's not enough of you in the world. So showcase the you that you are.
Fierce, confident woman.
Yeah.
She gets shit done.
She does.
She gets shit done.
Yeah.
100%. Her music videos, early Lady Gaga.
Now that production value. Yeah.
Poker Face. Amazing.
Honestly, I'm not really the biggest fan. I don't really like her music. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of it. But I will respect her because she has made such an impact on everybody. On a bigger scale, humanitarian wise, and acting wise, and everything, man. You know what I mean? What about you, Benji?
Me, when it comes to motivation and a person that I would look up to, most likely Kobe. His mentality is amazing. A lot of people look up to him. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Man.
I grew up watching basketball, and ever since I was in elementary, I played basketball. I played basketball in high school. And him, he would wake up 4 a.m. Yeah. 3 to 4 a.m. In the morning to work out, eat breakfast, sleep, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And he would work out twice a day. And, he was taken too soon. But, to help me in my everyday life, to stay disciplined, I would watch reels about him, and he's just a special human being.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely say Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah, man. And then on a nerd aspect, man, I feel like I think it's a good time to be a nerd nowadays. Yeah. I think it is, especially a superhero nerd. It's iffy because, DC is going on a pretty good start. I'm not going to lie. I love Superman. To be honest, I kind of loved it a little bit more than Fantastic Four, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's just me, though. And, DC's... I'm not caught up on Peacemaker Season 2 yet, but, dude, I need to get on it. But I think it's the DCU's probably getting on a pretty good start right now.
Question.
Yeah.
Is The Boys DC?
No, it's neither.
It's neither?
The
Boys has its own universe.
Yeah, so basically, The Boys is a satirical look on superheroes. It's basically like a
Homelander.
It's like a satirical like a dystopian version of what would be in a realistic sense of what would be if superheroes were actually real.
Yeah.
And how like a big giant corporation would use, they're not actual heroes, they're basically products, and how they sell them to the public. And it's very I won't say raunchy. It is intense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I love it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting on that season 5.
Is it season 5 or season 6?
I think it's season 5. I might be wrong. I think it's season 5.
Yeah.
But and plus you love Jason Ackles.
Jensen Ackles, yeah.
Jensen Ackles, sorry, Jensen.
Yeah.
Ackles. I said Jason Ackles.
Dean Winchester.
Do you think he make? I think he make a good Bruce Wayne, but I don't know about Batman.
Here's the thing that people don't realize. He Jensen Ackles has voiced Bruce Wayne, aka Batman.
Yeah, I know.
So he physically, through what he's doing on The Boys right now, can literally showcase the fact that he can play Bruce Wayne. You know, both physically and obviously vocally. Like, no doubt about it.
He voiced which version of Batman? The animated version?
Yeah, and
in an animated movie.
one of those animated films. Yeah.
All animated Batmans.
I still think Alan Richardson should play Batman. That's just me though.
Who is that?
The guy who played Reacher. Yeah.
I could see that.
He was in Fast X. Yeah, he was. Blue Mountain State. That's like an old show he was in. But yeah. Yeah, man, I'm just excited to see what the DCU is. I think they started shooting Supergirl soon. I'm excited about
Sounds
that.
about right, yeah.
Because to be honest, I know you love the show Supergirl, right?
Yes, with Melissa Benoist.
Yes, to be honest, but that's not an accurate, like a really realistic but accurate take on Supergirl.
It's okay. So what I noticed just off the top of my head is that the CW's portrayal of Supergirl was like as if she had a parallel to Clark Kent.
Yeah.
You know, the newspaper job, and then the double life. And so I think that was their take. It's almost like a feminist approach to the story versus what it probably is, you know?
I mean, I just what I like about the new one that's being filmed right now is that obviously it's going to be based on a very famous storyline of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. But what I like about it is that, like, it's realistic in a way because Supergirl, she realistically is very traumatized as hell because she left Krypton when she was like a teenager or like a little bit older.
She was a teen.
And seeing your planet being destroyed, that kind of messes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, bouncing off to what you said about CW Supergirl, like how they portrayed her was like a parallel universe to Superman. I think with James Gunn, his production, and with the new Supergirl that's coming out, I think it's gonna be more of a teenager's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a lot of people don't like Superman because they found it corny. But Superman is corny. Saving anything that's breathing. Especially like saving the squirrel.
Yeah.
All that was that's Superman. He loves all living beings.
Yeah.
He's human.
I'm excited for Lanterns.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love the Lantern Superman. That was a very, very cool.
Yes, and
Very
like
humorous.
in the way they're gonna go about it is like True Detective kind of way.
Ooh.
It's like I don't know if you never remember True Detectives. It was like Matthew McConaughey was in the show. It was like HBO. It was like legit. But like I wonder how far, because it would be kind of cool if Supergirl was rated R. But at the same time, I don't think that's gonna be possible.
That would be a very interesting choice.
Yeah, because like, in a marketing point, they're probably gonna have to do PG-13 though to sell toys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, and then just
What villain do you guys think would show up for Supergirl?
probably Brainiac. It would make sense. It would make sense to do Brainiac. But like I feel like that would be too easy and too like. But also, I think Lobo is in it. Jason Momoa is being casted as Lobo. I might be wrong. I don't know if it's official.
Lobo is
Aquaman playing another role.
Yeah.
He's a cold
Aquaman. What's Trisha Paytas?
Aquaman Moses Hackman.
Aquaman Moses Hackman. So her kid splits seas and swims in. Aquaman Moses Hackman.
Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory right there.
Oh my god.
That's great. I mean, the fact that name your kid whatever you want, but like, think about the baby. They're gonna be talking about
It's
her.
like we listen and we don't judge, but we're judging.
I mean, it's just like, but like, I mean, she's gonna be aware of like, kids are mean though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
There's a woman in the Philippines that named all of her kids by brand names.
Brand
Car
names.
BMW, Mercedes.
Yes.
Mitsubishi, Hyundai.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up with this episode. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Michael Lausell. This is Benji. This is Reggie. Thank you guys. Goodbye.
See you guys in the next one.
Bye.